Hey there internets, I'm Michael and this is Toucan Play That Game, bringing you another episode of Diaries of a Newbie YouTuber, because I'm a newbie YouTuber and I think it's useful for everyone out there to get a bit of an insight into what's happening with the channel and to help others who want to be doing this, or just the viewers of the channel to know what I am spending all my time doing. And it might be interesting for you to know how I'm going about making the videos, what I'm doing, how the channel's progressing because of what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is this video is the 100th video up on the channel. So that is a big milestone, 100 videos. Now, I had been considering, what can I do to celebrate? What can I do? Do a clip-isode? Well, who wants to watch a clip-isode, frankly? It's the done thing on TV shows, I've noticed, though. You have the whole 100 episodes, let's just look back at the previous 99. And it's kind of like, well, I'd rather you just did an actual 100th episode that's good. Can you not do that? But obviously that doesn't quite fit for this channel anyway. And there's also an element of, realistically, given I'm not being paid to make these videos, and I'm sure there are plenty of YouTube channels out there who have 100 videos and potentially have no viewers whatsoever. So it's not really an achievement to have just put out 100 videos. And so it didn't really feel worth celebrating, but definitely worth marking as a milestone. And I couldn't really think of a way to do that, unfortunately, other than to kind of say this is the 100th one, to bring it up and make people aware it is happening. And of course, I'll probably mention it on social media and stuff. It's been a lot of work getting here. Even just in the last week, it's meant 8 videos. And to be honest, it's more than just 8 videos. It was, 4 of those videos were like 45 minutes each. It was 3 hours of viewing. And that was, of course, the Super Dungeon Explore Forgotten King playthrough. That was huge amounts of work. Average video length on this channel, which is probably more than a lot of the channels, is probably around 20 minutes to half an hour, and those were 45 minutes each. That's pretty much double the average. So, and then 4 of those, double the average. That's almost the equivalent of a normal week's 8 videos. And then I did 4 more on top of that, and that's kind of why I think this might be airing slightly on the late side. So normally, I aim to get it up on the Monday or the Tuesday, and the figures are as of the 14th of February, which is the Monday, but it might not get out there until later on, just because I wanted the 100th video to be a Diaries video, because I figured if I'm going to have a 100th video, the Diaries is where it fits to talk about that best. So I did pull forward some other videos I had planned in order to, and therefore put this one back in the production schedule in order to make this be a 100th one. So yeah, that's thoughts on that. Obviously, what has been happening on the channel, the big thing on the channel at the moment, and it will be for 2 more weeks, is our giveaway competition. So yeah, it's Toucan Win That Game, just in case you weren't aware, hopefully you are. And we have 2 copies of Super Dungeon Explore Forgotten King up for grabs, and that'll be finishing on the, it's going out my head, 28th, 29th of March. I think it's 29th. So it's like 2 weeks away now. So yeah, it's been, I think the competition's still going well. It had a boost when it first went out in the first week, like the first day, and then it's tittered off a bit, and it's starting to pick up again. It's helped that I've been doing a lot of videos about Super Dungeon Explore, pushing those. I found some groups on Facebook to help push that in. So I say push, basically to promote my videos, and with people a targeted audience of people who I think will be especially interested. And I think that has helped a bit. I'm still really worried though with the competition about retention. So obviously this is pulling in a lot of people to, well, I say a lot of people. It's not really impacting Twitter followers, but elsewhere, you know, Facebook and YouTube really, they're the places. It's pulling people into that, and I think I'm just worried that they're not going to stay when the competition's over. Hopefully they will, because I am going to be doing monthly competition, not monthly, sorry, quarterly competitions. That's enough expense when I've got no money coming in. Really need to find a way to do something about that, but unfortunately, reaching out to publishers for getting review copies of games and reaching out to publishers, anyone in the board games industry for sponsorship to either help with supplying games or paying for the channel is not going well. I'm really hitting a dead end on it. Contact pretty much everyone I can think of. Either they're not responding at all, or the responses I'm getting are, sorry, we're not interested type thing, you're not big enough. I mean, I'm doing really well on growth. I really am, I think. I mean, compared to other channels, I think my goal had been 6 months for 1,000 subscribers, and I'm well on the way there. So maybe I just need to leave it for now and push again when I'm a bit bigger, but I'm just worried that there's always people bigger than me. There's always going to be people bigger than me because they've been going for longer and they've got that fan base that is just exponentially increasing itself without them really having to do anything like the major channels out there. So trying to compete and do that is very hard work. It's very stressful. But I'm proud of myself. I've kept it up. I am keeping up with it. I've managed 100 videos. I think that is something. It is a milestone. It shows that I have kept at this. You know, it's been going, well, we're 9 days, so 1 week away from, pretty much 1 week away from 3 months for the channel. So that's a long time to keep doing something and working so hard on something with so little return. And that's why it's so important to me, everyone who watches these videos, comments on videos, likes on videos, comments and likes and follows on social media, all of that, any interaction, feedback you're giving me really means a great deal, because for the time being, that's my payment, knowing that I'm doing something you value. So please do keep that up, and thank you everyone who has interacted with the channel in any way, shape or form, be it a viewer video, subscribing, liking, following, commenting, everything. A huge thank you. You have helped keep me going and get to this 100th video. So now let's get on with what probably most of you are interested in, which is of course the figures. So we'll start with the temporary one, which is of course the Toucan win that game. So that's 2 weeks in, and the number of people we have entered into the competition is 481. So that is a bigger increase than we had last week. So it has doubled, and that's really good. It's kind of surprising as well, because as I said, in that first week there was that jump on the first day, and then it had been going much slower. So managing in the second week to kind of pick up a bit and compete with that first week is really impressive. And I really like to think that me working so hard promoting through social media is making a difference there. So then on to Facebook. So Facebook, we're at 7 weeks, and we've got really nice big jump here, and it's due to the competition, I'm certain of that, but it's whether or not we'll retain it. And we're now at 349 likes. Now, I don't know if you remember, 2 weeks ago, before the competition started, Facebook likes was at 25. So that is a huge leap in 2 weeks. So the competition has made a huge difference to that. And as I say, I just kind of hope that it's going to keep it. And I'm seeing quite a good interaction, especially from a few certain people on Facebook. So I think there's definitely going to be a few who will stay. And I'm very happy for that. And hopefully all of you will. So, yeah, I mean, compared to last week, it was more growth than we had last week. Again, same as with the competition, and you can kind of trace competition entries to Facebook likes still. So there definitely is the likes coming from that competition and not from people just finding me because they've watched my videos, unfortunately. But anyway, so on to Twitter, the little birdie itself. Twitter is... We've been going 10 weeks now on Twitter. So that's quite a while. And we're up to 4,336. So, yay! We hit a milestone there. We passed the 4,000 in the last week. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you've watched previous episodes, but I have this kind of arbitrary target for my Twitter followers of 500 extra a week. And for the last, I think it's now 3 or 4 weeks, I can't remember which, I've fallen short of that. Whereas before that, it was before I went away, I had been hitting that 500 and it's just stopped. But it is better this week than the previous week. We're just shy of that 500. But we're now getting to that point where we're tantalizingly close to 5,000. And that is a real big milestone. I mean, not that, 4,000, 3,000, 1,000, any of those aren't. It's just it's like your first 100 is a big deal, but then 200 isn't nowhere near as big a deal as 100, for example. And 5,000's just, I don't know, it's something about it being that 5, I guess. It feels like a much bigger deal, and we're so tantalizingly close. And of course that brings us to the main event, YouTube, which is of course the whole thing of this channel, and everything else is just kind of helping to draw people to it. So we're at 82 days, which is nearly 12 weeks, and now we're on 7,602 views, which, it's not bad. I mean, I'm comparing my views to other channels out there and like the weekly gain and stuff, and even channels of similar sizes. Their views are so much higher than mine, and I really need to find a better way to increase views. I'm doing well at drawing people into subscribing and following and liking and stuff like that, but not to getting them actually interested in watching my videos. So, anyone got any suggestions? Let me know. The only ideas I've had so far, talking to other people doing this kind of thing who do have more views, is the videos that they manage to get more views on that then get other people coming back to them, is big games. You need to get the hype games, the games that people are like, oh, I want to know about that, and you need to get it before other people. I'm not really sure how you do this, is a big part of the problem. I mean, I tried to do it with Odin's Ravens. I got it before pretty much anyone other than the Dice Tower, so that was pretty good, but there just wasn't enough hype about the game. Apparently Kickstarters is a really good way of doing this. You can get the Kickstarter previews, because then if it's a Kickstarter that really hits it off, everyone then watches your video. So I'm trying to get more people doing Kickstarters interested in using me, but unfortunately the majority, especially if they're really hyped Kickstarter games, are in the US and they're not willing to send to the UK. So yeah, I don't know, it's harder, I think, in this industry being in the UK than elsewhere, potentially. But anyway, I'm still actually really pleased with that views figure, don't get me wrong. I mean, I said the last few weeks how I'd hit the 1,000 mark, or just around the 1,000 mark, just shy of it. And I was really pleased with that. And we knocked that out of the park this week. So that's really good. I have seen a huge increase in views in the last week. Well, I say a huge increase, like 300 more. So I'd say 300 extra in a week is great. And I'm hoping that that growth will continue throughout the future. I do feel a large amount of that might be due to the competition. Don't know. We'll have to see what happens once the competition ends. Anyway, subs, which is probably less important than views. And the more subs I get, the less important the subs feel and the more important the views feel. But I am aware some responses I've had saying about 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subs, and we might consider sending you stuff. So I'm getting close to that now. We're up to 762, and that is fantastic. I think in the last week we've hit 2 milestones. We hit the 600 and the 700 milestones. So that is fantastic. And obviously 762, we're starting to get that tantalizingly close to that 1,000 subscribers. And I'm just, yeah, I really would love to get there and be able to say I got there in 3 months, because that would be such an achievement. But it's really unlikely to happen because there's 9 days. That's a week to get, what, 238 subscribers in a week. That's going to be hard going. And I had a really good week last week, managed 200. And we'd be asking for more this week. And I don't know that I can do that. But I will be trying. I really will. My goal had been 6 months, 1,000 subscribers. I thought that was ambitious. I really did. Other channels I've seen out there tend to hit 9 to 12 months-ish is when they manage to hit their 1,000 subscribers. So doing it quicker than them. I mean, obviously you've got to remember they're doing it part-time. Most of those I've already got more videos than. So it didn't seem unreasonable to expect myself to manage it, doing it full-time quicker. So anyway, that's all the figures. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please do subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, do everything else with the channel, and Facebook, Twitter, stuffs, etc. Yeah, you know the drill. All right, thanks for watching, and bye for now.